Let us take a deep dive into Microsoft Excel. You can create a new Excel file by going to office.com, clicking on Excel on the left menu or the left column, select a blank document or check out the templates. There are numerous templates you can choose from, including simple lists, calendars, trackers, invoices, timesheets, personal inventory, daily planners, and so on. Alternatively, you can click on the Create icon and select Workbook to create a new Excel spreadsheet. This will be a blank Excel spreadsheet. Once it opens up in a new tab, the name of the tab is going to match the name of the Excel document. You can rename this file. It's going to be saved in your OneDrive. Also, notice the extension of the file. So let's go ahead and rename this as Workbook 1. Excel Microsoft 365 will automatically save the file as you proceed. You can change the settings if you wish. You will notice that Excel looks very much like Word, as it has the menu and the ribbon at the top. We're going to keep our menu always on, or showing always, just like the classic popular version that everyone is familiar with. Workbook includes one or more sheets, just like a book has many sheets. So we can add more sheets by simply clicking on the plus sign. The sheet is made up of columns that are lettered and rows that are numbered from 1 to the highest number. The intersection between a row and a column is a cell, and the cells have names, which is the column and the row number. You can navigate using the mouse or your arrow keys, or you can go to the name box and enter the name of the cell, which would be the column, for instance S, and the row 20. This will take you to the exact location of that cell. You can also enter information into the cell. For instance, let's go to cell B2 and type in some content. Once you're done, you press enter. It takes you to the next cell at the bottom, which you can also enter more data and press enter, and even enter more data. Notice that while entering the data, it gets populated in the formula bar. At the formula bar, you can also update information directly there. This bar is both for entering text and also for formulas, which we'll look at in the future. Again, the look and feel is very similar to all Microsoft 365 products. We have the home menu, insert menu, which are customary. There's a share menu, page layout, formulas, which are unique for Excel. You can see a function library, as well as data, which is unique for Excel, which you can sort and filter, check out the types of data, or connect to other queries. You can review your documents, your Excel documents, to check out the changes. You can also view different parts of the documents, the grids, the headings, the formula bar, or zoom using the view menu, or at the bottom right using the plus and minus or the drop down, or directly entering a value to zoom into. The help feature is the same across all Excel or Microsoft documents, as well as we have a draw feature. In the back page or the back space, you can see there's an info, save as, print, share. You can export to CSV or PDF. You can also check out options and what your document is about. You can select one cell, or you can drag to select multiple cells at the same time. Let's take a quick tour into Microsoft 365 Excel. This will enable us to enter and modify data in Excel. As you can see, the Excel tour file has multiple sheets, ranging from navigation, cells and data, all the way to more. These sheets have been renamed to ease our navigation. So starting with the navigation sheet, let's click on the next arrow to get to enter cells and data. Following the rules, following the steps and instructions, let's enter Nancy Smith, which matches the name from the email. Let's go to the data menu or ribbon and click on Flash Fill. You'll notice that column H is filled down completely, and we can do the same for column I once we've entered the data for the first cell. That way, we can automatically update our data using the Data Ribbon tab. Next up, using data that has already been populated into departments, category, and cells, we can sort them accordingly based on the cell that has been highlighted. We click on department and sort it so it's displayed from A to Z, bakery, deli, and meat. We can also add a filter on that particular row number 6 so that we can filter the department, the category, and the sales. Once the filter has been added, you see a small drop-down arrow which you can click on to select or unselect any of the categories. We can unselect meat and deli, so we can only display the bakery information. Let's move on to tables. Tables also can be updated from the Home tab. In the Styles group, you can select Format as Table and choose a particular format of your liking. Also, make sure you specify to include column headers so that they are displayed differently. You can format either a light, medium, or dark color format, and also decide what color to choose. There are multiple templates you can find on office.com and also available on the internet, and there's a ton of knowledge and training information as well as tutorials out there for you to learn. Again, you don't have to start from a blank workbook. You can open an Excel template to start from and navigate accordingly. Okay, it's time for us to enter some data and also practice some simple formulae. So let's get back to the file we were working on earlier, which has multiple worksheets. We're going to rename the tab called Sheet 2 to be YouTube channel. I have copied some data previously that includes information about the length of some videos in my YouTube channel. I'll go ahead and enter information on column A, which will be a number. Enter number 1 for cell A2. And in cell A3, I'm going to enter a formula, which you can see on the formula bar as A2 plus 1. This formula can be dragged down to row 11, and it's going to automatically copy it. Notice the formulas always start with an equal to sign. Going on to column D, let's enter the date to be the column heading and populate it with September 23rd. The date can be in many different formats, which will go into the number group on the Home tab and select the date. There are so many different date formats to choose from, and we will choose the long date format. It shows us the day, the month, the date, and the year. We can get the next date by simply writing a formula starting with an equal to sign, specifying the value that needs to be updated coming from cell D2, and adding an operator plus and a number 1. That automatically calculates the next day to Tuesday, September 24th. You can copy and paste it simply, or copy and paste it using a special method, which will paste just the values or a formula. Pasting the formula gives you a number format that doesn't work out for us because we have not formatted it to be a number. Sometimes pasting it, you might have a lot of number signs showing up. That means you need to expand the column to show the entire field. So once again, copying and pasting, you can simply paste it, or you can use different paste options. You can also use a date picker to pick a particular date that you want. Remember, the paste options include values, format, formula, and so on. Instead of pasting every single cell, you can select a group of cells and paste the formula in there. Notice that the columns can be resized, putting your mouse on the boundary so that it changes into 2 arrows and dragging the column, and the same thing can be done for the rows as well. Now let's enter a few functions or formulas. Before entering them, let's type out the names of the functions: minimum, maximum, count, the sum, and the average. You can align them to the right to make it closer to the numbers that are going to be calculated. And once again, our formulas always start with an equal to sign. Because I entered the names of the formulas or the functions, it's easy for me to use an equal sign and just get those values. But if it doesn't come up, you can always start typing the name of your formula and using the autocomplete to select it. The sum, count, maximum, and minimum can also be selected directly from the Home tab in the editing group to automatically get the values. Notice that each of these formula shows a range which has a semicolon in the middle. The range is showing you where to start calculating your formula from and where to end. So you can always click into the formula and update the range to make sure that you're selecting the correct cells. For instance, we don't want to find the average of cell C2 to C2 or C16. We want to include just rows 2 to 11. Also, selecting all the fields and checking on the bottom right, you can see automatically calculated for you the average, count, minimum, maximum, sum, and any other calculations that you want to select from. Always remember that for more complicated calculations, we are going to follow particular rules in terms of the order of operations, be it parentheses or brackets, exponents or off, multiplication, division, addition, or subtraction.